Today we have a studio of Liberty Radio and we are talking fashion. Yes. What is fashion and how much attention should you pay to it? By the end of this video blog, you will have a better idea of what fashion truly is. I'm not here alone, of course not. Today I have Moti.
Hello, nice to be here.
Yeah, me too. With me, and we are joined by Chrissy B. The host of the Chris B Show. Hi, Chris.
Hello. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Our pleasure.
Yeah, Chris, it's really fun to have you here. I mean, we observe you from far. So we wanted to ask you a little bit about your program and what you do on it. Can you just give us background detail? How long do you have the program running now?
It's been like 3 years now, just over 3 years.
3 years. I mean, I was there when it started. It doesn't feel like time has flown. Time has gone by very quickly. And how have the 3 years been?
Quite hectic, I have to say. It's very high-pressured kind of environment because it's 3 shows a week. There's loads of work to do, but also it's a very good learning experience for me as well. Really good.
In case you're wondering, what does Chrissy B do? We have a video to show you a little bit of what her show is all about. So take a look at the video.
Did you know that around 450 million people worldwide have some sort of mental health issue? Well, I used to be one of those statistics because I was depressed for many years. But not anymore. And now it's my turn to help you lead a happier and healthier life.
Wow, lovely.
Yeah.
Nice video. Wow. So, Chris, we have some questions for you.
Okay.
As you know, we are talking fashion.
Yes.
So, what is fashion to you?
For me, it didn't mean very much a few years ago, but now for me it's like an expression of my personality, of my individuality.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
So then how do you try and bring your individuality on set? I mean, I assume that as a TV host, you have to kind of dress up a lot and,
Yes.
you can... You can show up, you can't get caught off guard.
You have to, you do have to look good, especially when you're on TV and not just on camera, offset as well.
Yeah,
People
because
know you.
you can get that off picture. You know the paparazzi around. We have paparazzi around.
Because when I first started the show, I wasn't really much into clothes. I like looking nice, but I wasn't really that bothered about fashion and things like that. But I saw that as I was on TV, I started to make more effort, and then I started to enjoy it. But what I tend to do, I don't just wear something because everyone else is wearing it.
Right.
I have to like, even if all my friends say, why don't you try this? If I don't like it, I won't wear it.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that, because I want to feel comfortable in what I wear.
So how do you bring your personality on set? I mean, like, how do you make sure that what you're wearing is showing your personality? First of all, what is your personality in terms of what are your tastes in what you wear?
Well, I consider myself a fun person and a bubbly person. I act like a child.
I agree actually. I mean, I'm all serious here because, I'm interviewing her, but we're very good friends.
She knows what I'm like. I'm still a child, really, trapped in an adult's body, so I like to have fun. So I tend to wear colourful clothes, as you can see what I'm wearing today. I like patterns, I like flowers, I like colour. I like colouring because I consider myself a colourful person.
So we have viewers who are probably watching us and they're thinking, well, I'm not into fashion, but I'd like to start. So you had to start somewhere, like you were saying. You didn't always know much about fashion. How did you then teach yourself?
Well, I would kind of do a bit of research and see maybe what other TV hosts, the kind of things that they would wear. I'd look at some friends, quite fashionable friends that I had, and kind of just observe them from afar and try and copy little bits here and there. And sometimes I'd get it completely wrong because I was trying. You will make mistakes at the beginning and risk looking
And how
a
do
bit
you know
silly.
you get it wrong? How do you know?
Well, you just kind of look at yourself in the mirror. It doesn't quite quite look the same, you know, it doesn't look as good as maybe the other person, but it's a bit of just trial and error really, and you have to kind of just see what works for you. But I would say don't try and change everything at once. Because for example, with me, my wardrobe just had black and brown clothes. That's all I had in my wardrobe.
Wow. Yeah.
And my husband always used to moan and say, why don't you buy something different, a different colour? So I just start off maybe with a different colour top, see how I felt with that, then add something else until I started to actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Try
Because,
different
I can
clothes.
see your eyes. It's beautiful,
Very
Matt, this
cute.
color, yellow with your eyes is really good. It's gorgeous,
Yeah.
wonderful. So I can believe, you put something dark all the time.
All the time.
You can also put dark your face.
Yeah.
It's
as
true.
well.
It's
So-
like you close off, right? It wasn't. If you're saying that fashion is to portray your personality, then brown and black definitely were not portraying your personality.
They were, not at all. I mean, I still wear black and stuff, but not all the time. I like variation, and that's kind of like me because I like adventure. I like trying different things. So my clothes don't always stay the same. I like to try different things as well.
Do you hear that at home? You know what you're saying is very important. Because sometimes we tend to get stuck just because we don't know and we don't experiment. If you don't experiment, you're never gonna know. You're always gonna remain in the dark. So the idea is, if you want to make yourself current and you realize, look, I would like to be, I need to represent myself better. Remember, as Chris is saying, what you dress needs to reflect a little bit of your personality. So if that's what you want and you realize that what you're wearing is not reflecting your personality, then how do you start reflecting your personality in your clothes? By trial and error. Don't just say, okay, no, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to remain in the dark and remain in inaction. If you do that, it's not going to work, right?
And I found I got more confident as well when I started to get it right, and I was comfortable in what I was wearing. Then the confidence came, more confidence.
So then explain to our viewers and listeners, how is it that you knew you got it right?
So when you're comfortable, you feel confident, and then everything
Wonderful.
comes together.
And all the compliments keep coming in. So now, Chris, I can't believe it. The time has flown. we have someone timing our interview, and she's almost going crazy because we're extending over time.
But welcome on the program.
Yes. Do visit us. It has been fun having Chrissy B here with us. And now we're gonna go to a video of the people on the streets of London, and we're gonna find out what they think fashion is. Are you ready for the answers? Stay tuned.
Hello, people from All About You. So today our topic is fashion, and this is a ladies' topic, right? So we're going to ask the ladies what they think about that. What does fashion means to you?
To me, fashion means you, who you are. What you wear is how you represent yourself.
And do you consider yourself a fashionable person?
Yes.
What do you do to keep updated?
I go on Pinterest. I go on different websites. I look in the magazines sometimes, but I don't tend to follow everything. I know what suits me and I know what doesn't, and I just get a vague idea, so then I can put things together, mix and match.
Fashion means trend, looking good, keeping up with the times, and making sure that you look the best that you can look at all times.
And do you consider yourself a fashionable person?
I like to keep up with the trends. I don't think that I'm overly fashionable, but I like to wear what looks good, and maybe that's been recommended by the high street stores or things that I see other people wearing.
What do you do to keep updated with fashion?
I look at everything. I look at social media, Pinterest. I go online. I look at looks in magazines. I look at looks on other people. I try not to go with what is current in terms of trends. I try to go with what looks nice and what I can get away with over time, instead of going for one trend and then after a couple of months you're not in fashion anymore.
And do you think you have a style? What is your style?
My style is very hit and miss in terms of what people would call fashionable, because like I say, I buy in accordance to what I like as opposed to what is current and what is in. So I don't have a defined style. If I was to say anything, it's very Jennifer. That's my style, Jennifer Mensah, because I don't have one.
Next, we have our favorite mother and daughter duo, Rita and Carla. And we are continuing with the topic of fashion. Yes, ladies, how would you define fashion? Hello, Carla.
Hello.
Hello, Rita.
Hi, how
Welcome
are you?
again.
I'm very happy to be with all of
It's
you.
always a pleasure.
And yes, the pleasure was ours to be here.
So how do you define fashion?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I would say I have to feel comfortable. You know, if we are not comfortable in the way that we're dressed, you're not going to be, you know, walking firm. You'll be always like in your comfort zone. It's like because you don't feel comfortable in what you are. But if you look at that style, that color that you like, and also it brings out, just like Miss Claudia was saying earlier on with Miss Chris, in regards to bringing out the beauty in you. Sometimes there's a specific color that you like. And there's one that I love, which is the pink. It's like a salmony pink. And I know that when I wear that, it looks wonderful. So what you feel comfortable with, that's what I can say. That's what brings out.
I mean, as young people, you're the youngest of us, Carla. You're the youngest of the bunch. How do you kind of like make a choice in terms of what to follow? We have so many fashionistas out there, so many trends out there. How do you choose between trend and trend? Which one do you go for? I get it, you go for comfortable, but what is it that makes you comfortable? How do you decide that this is comfortable and this is not?
Good question.
You know, I look for something discreet.
Yeah.
You know, because nowadays, you know, it's more show than anything else. And for me, I feel more comfortable. Not that I'm gonna look like a nun, because that's not what
And
it's
she
all
doesn't,
about.
because I know her very well. She doesn't look like a nun at all.
I
Yeah.
like to wear my skirts, my dress, but I like to look discreet. I don't like to you know, to show off, because nowadays everyone's just to show, to feel loved, to feel happy.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yeah, and
I don't need that. So.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because
Yeah.
that's something that we see a lot in young
Yeah.
girls nowadays, because that's what's available in the shop, right? And so they walk into the shop and they look at this little tiny top and they think, because it's in the store, it's what's on fashion, I have to get it. But you sort of decide, no, I'm not comfortable with this. So if you're not comfortable with it, you're not gonna get it. So you know, think a little bit more about what you buy. I like that. And Rita, what is fashion for you?
Well, fashion for me is something that if I'm comfortable with, if I feel good with, don't matter what is outside. Of course, I have to measure things, but I have to feel good. If it's good for my friend, maybe it's not good for me, because we are different personalities. So they have to be who I am, and this make me feel so good. Like today, look how I look.
Lovely.
I like it.
She's going to war.
I love it.
Yes, see?
Yeah.
What do you think of the changes we have had in fashion over the years? Carla?
But nowadays, when we look, it's because you know, time changes. I've already been in kind of the modern days, but I see that nowadays, you know, people, they want to feel accepted. They want to show, and that's one thing that I don't want to be. I don't want to feel accepted or feel wanted. So you know, I saw that the changes now is that it's more revealing. You know, showing, you know, your body, showing when you don't need to do that. You know, I don't show everything. I look beautiful. I look wonderful.
I mean,
and I don't need a show.
It is sad, because if someone feels that they need to show a little bit more in order to gain attention, it's because they don't feel confident enough of who they are.
Absolutely,
right?
yes.
They don't feel like who they are is enough to capture attention, so they need a little bit extra. And
Good point.
it's good to see a young girl who says, look, I don't need that, I am who I am. Right?
Exactly.
What about you, mommy?
That is so true, as Carla said, because as you can see, many years ago, people were dressing so beautiful, so discreet, and they were looking beautiful. And nowadays, today, we can see people like they show they are revealing themselves, their body, and they don't have to. They don't need to do that. They just have to believe they are beautiful, and that beautiful they have inside will be transferred through outside, who they are. And for me, to be sincere, if I'm good, if I feel good, I'm so happy, and I can wear anything. I wear discreet clothes and I look beautiful, and I don't need to call people's attention because I know who I am.
Yeah.
It helped me so much.
Rita, you've accompanied changes in fashion. So how have these changes affected you in terms of going into a store and choosing something to wear?
Sometimes it's quite hard because when I look, I don't feel comfortable with. I don't see myself with this type of clothes, and sometimes I go and I come home. I go home with nothing because I don't feel good.
Yeah,
it's like the fish out of the water. I don't feel comfortable with. It's not me, and I cannot buy something to please someone because maybe the other person is a different type of. She is herself. It's not myself.
Yeah,
and I have to buy what I like to feel good with.
We were watching a video with Claudia, right?
Marty,
Yeah.
it's like this. When you not be comfortable, when you go outside to buy something, you have somebody, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
So maybe you are very, curiosity, you buy.
Yes.
And then when you arrive home, you keep it, when put,
Yeah.
because it's not you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
buy something, because somebody choose.
Yeah.
Not you, not
You don't
yourself.
identify
it's true.
yourself with that.
And this happens quite a lot. That's why sometimes I don't go out with friends to go shopping, because sometimes they give it up unless they're very good, like they're very good and they know my taste and they're gonna help me to find my taste. But you go with friends that have a different taste and then you kind of feel shy to say no.
You need to have a balance because this is good, because you can put some ad with your tools and another one.
Yeah.
And you can mad and can be.
So this what you're saying
nice.
is good. This balance is very good, which means sometimes you need a little bit of someone else's opinion, right? Because you don't get it right yourself. Like for example, these earrings that I got, someone gave me a tip to get these earrings, and I love them, and that's fine. That's fine. I am open-minded, but sometimes you have those those friends who insist, and they kind of like they have good intentions, but they really want to style you, and they say, no, get this one, and you know that it just doesn't sit well, it doesn't make you feel comfortable. So you have to define for yourself what works, right? You have to be comfortable. What I'm getting from what you're saying is you guys go for what is comfortable for you, not what is being sold or what other people are selling to you, right?
That's it, exactly. So guys, is fashion a good or bad things?
That's a good one.
I would say it depends. It depends on each and every one. It's good, but it depends on how you see it. I can say that. For me, I think fashion is good, but you have to know how to choose.
Yeah. So how is it good?
For you.
In what sense is it good for you? Like what makes it good?
Because there's tips, like sometimes you're lost. And then there's some tips there, like, oh, I can use this, oh, I like this, so I can use this with what I like. So maybe a scarf.
It gives you a reference, right?
Yes, that's it. It gives me a reference, that's it.
And what makes it bad? Because you're saying sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So what would make it bad for you?
Well, because, sometimes we wanna copy, let's say, the style. Yeah. And then something maybe is a bit too short. But it's like, no, but it's not that bad. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it can be a bit influencing in the bad way. So you're like, oh, but I like that style. But for you, you like it, but when you put it on, it doesn't go that well. But you like it so much, you want to wear it. So it influences in a bad way as well.
And in a sense, it's like, for example, it kind of creates a stereotype because for example, if miniskirts are on fashion, let's say miniskirts, or what's on fashion now that you'll never catch me wearing is those cut-off shorts that I see a lot of people wearing them now, right? So now if a lot of people are wearing that and I'm the only one who doesn't wear it, it can make me suffer unnecessary pressures from people, because it's going to make me stand out for being who I am, for embracing what I like. It's gonna make me stand out because I don't fit in with the crowd, right? So in a way, fashion can be bad if it sets you off, if it makes you a recluse in a sense. Yes. And Rita, for you, is fashion a good or a bad thing?
Depends how you take it and how do you see. Everybody's different. They have to fit with your personality. I'm different from you. Maybe what I like, you don't like it.
Yeah.
But what depends of the shape of your body as well.
Yes.
Because imagine if your body is, if you are too skinny or if you are a little bit chubby and you like something that will not suit you, you're gonna do it because you please somebody, but you don't please yourself. How are you gonna feel?
Right.
I will not feel good.
Right.
I'm gonna wear to please the person, but it's not me. I wish to go home quickly to change and to be myself. So for me, depends of each person. Is individual thought, individual think of how they want to dress, how they feel.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. We have now come to the end of our video blog.
That was quick.
And the questions is, what is fashion? Fashion is being yourself. You learned something today. Your conscience should be your guide. You cannot put yourself under pressure to follow someone else. Embrace yourself. Now, have a look at this video and see you next week.
Bye.
How interesting! An article about fashion. Let me find out what they have to say. Fashion is a popular style of clothing, hair, decoration, or behavior. This is not what fashion is for me. For me, fashion is not about what is popular. It starts inside of me. I have to be comfortable with what I wear.
Hi, my love. Okay, listen, we're gonna have to go to a meeting soon. I just received a call from my work, and we're gonna have to be there.
But I'm not ready.
Okay, I understand that you're not ready, but I need you to get ready in 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yes, 10 minutes. I will pick you up in 10 minutes. Make sure you are ready.
Okay, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my. What am I going to wear? What should I wear to this meeting? I cannot be too formal. I know. I'm going to wear my yellow jacket.
Sometimes you get caught off guard, but this is part of fashion. You always have to be prepared to show the best of you.